most of you have actually been on with me on different of our stretch classes, and then hopefully we'll have some new people too that we can introduce this beautiful work to. So over the years, I have studied so many and experienced different types of stretch. I just love the whole idea of the stretch and what all it can do, and physically and emotionally and all that good stuff. And so today, some of the work that I learned right from the beginning was from Meredith Sanskeeter, which was the somatic stretch. And I know a lot of you were with me on that. I love that work. And I came back to it again about a year ago. And now I'm just like, love, love, love it. The only thing with it though is that we are seated, right? And we're on pillows and we're supported, yes, and we're doing a lot of seated things, and it's wonderful. The only thing about that, though, is a lot of us are really, no matter how many props we put under us, we're not comfortable. And so we're always gripping. Can you guys relate to that?
Oh yeah.
We're gripping.
Yes.
And so we're trying, like, okay, let's see what we can do up here. But meanwhile, we're like, okay, I know I've got pill, right? And we're gripping. And so tonight, what I'd love for us to experience is not just a complete relaxation. Is that okay with you guys? Everybody's okay?
Yes.
Just flip and drop that nervous system and really relax. So as I've been going back through a lot of because I've taught a lot of these stretch classes, have I not? That and general somatic yoga, right, Laura? Laura's like, yep. And they're all wonderful. And I go back and I say wonderful. It's not that I'm wonderful. It's they're wonderful. Like I watch these and I don't even, it's to me, it's not me. It's just somebody teaching these classes. And I'm like, oh, that was really good. I don't remember that at all. But to say all that, you guys, would you recall when we just got on the floor and did some beautiful breath work and that slow movement, lots of release in the pelvis, because this is where so much stuff starts and happens. And by the end, we're like, I've just had 3 gummies, leave me alone. You can relate to that, right? Like just a complete noodle. And at the end, I'm like, okay, you guys just stay where you're at as long as you can. I'll just turn the recording off and sort of tiptoe away. And so I thought, man, there's just nothing better. Right now, what we need, in my opinion, at least I know I do, is to just be able to really relax that nervous system and start to explore when we're in that place in our own bodies. Where are you holding your tensions? Because we cannot release our tension if we don't know where it is. And a lot of times we think we know, right? Oh, my shoulder's killing me, right? And so we go to the PT or wherever we go and they work on the shoulder and it can release it a little bit. And then 2 days later, it's the shoulder again because that's the end point of where you're feeling a problem. I hate using the word problem, but a place where you're tense that's not here, right? The problem most likely is coming either from here or from here. And so because the body is all fascia, I mean, the fascia, the more we're learning about fascia, the more blow away we realize that the largest organ system in the whole body is. And it is the body's whole communication system inside the body. And now we're also finding in the body field, fascinating. And it has tensegrity, right? So you pull here, it doesn't just affect here, it affects here and down here, and it could all be coming from your toes, right? Because it's all connected. But how do you know where yours is coming from if you have a chronic situation? You got to get on the floor, we got to breathe, and you have to explore the movement really slowly so that you can catch what's being picked up. What muscles are you picking up to do certain movements? So that's what we're going to explore today. And I'm going to tell you one last thing. You know, when I would learn this work, or I would then go to somebody's video and they started on the ground and we breathed, and then they started, okay, just put your attention on your feet and listen. I would be like, oh my God, let's just get on with it. I, I need to do something with this belly fat. Like, let's go, let's go, let's go. Right? That's me. That's my, I have that higher energy. That's my personality, which also brings on irritation, frustration, hardness, all that stuff. Can any of you guys relate?
Amen. That's me.
Right, that's so many of us, and I know that's me. And so, what I will tell you is the best medicine for me is to get on the ground, put a note on the door. Don't bother mama. She is on the ground. This is my time. I'm going to stop. I'm going to breathe. I'm going to move, and I'm going to notice what's happening. I'm going to go into the body, because it's into the body where all the juices. It's
Yes.
if you're in have any type of chronic condition, it's in here. It's
Yes,
not
it
out
is.
here. Okay, it's not the next supplement, the next drug, the next person, the next pop pop pop. It's not out here. That's not where our true transformation, and I'll use the healing word, but we're not broken, so we're not being fixed. It's not out here. It's in here. And this is a beautiful way to do it. So thank you
Yeah.
so much for coming on with me tonight. Let's explore. I am going to go ahead while we're doing this, and I'm going to mute because it will record me, whoever is speaking. Um, and as much as I would love afterwards to have a conversation about what did you experience, I'm not going to do that, because I guarantee you, you are going to be just melted on the floor. And I don't want you to feel like you have to get up and then into your head to think about what are you going to say, because that's going to take you right back out of the body. We good? We're good. All
Yes.
right, you guys. So I'm going
Amen.
to do that. Thank you. Yeah, God, take another amen, sister. Amen.
Amen, my
Thank
sister.
you. Thank you. All right, so get yourself comfortable on the ground. If you need a pillow for neck, you can do that. If you need something for under knees, you can do that. Get yourself comfortable. You can have a little beverage, whatever kind of beverage works for you. And let me go ahead. I think I will move away from that right there. And let me make sure everybody is muted. Who's not muted? I'm muting Kat, muting Kim, muting Alan. Whoop, Mary, I'm muting you. Abe, I'm muting you. Is everybody good? I think we're all muted except for moi. Okay, beautiful. And all right. And let me begin the recording. You guys ready? You sure you want to stop recording? Oh, that's right. I already started to record. Ah, never mind. Okay. All right. So find yourself a really nice, comfortable place to be on the ground. Oh, also, sometimes even blankets are good if you might find yourself getting chilled towards the end. But right now, we're going to be moving and breathing. So we're going to begin with that beautiful breath. So, what are we going to do? Just lie down. Think we can see me. I put on my wild green line socks so you can see my feet too. Although, in all honesty, you won't really need to watch me at all, because this is an exploration you're going to be doing on your own in your own body. But I'll be here anyway in case. All right, so let's begin with a three-part, with just some deep breaths. So this is how I'm going to start tonight, and I'm going to recommend that you put one hand on your lower belly and one hand up at the chest, just so that you have a somatic sense of these spaces. So breathing is the most, really, breathing with slow movement, I think, is the most powerful way to really relax the nervous system. And we don't really know how, most of us, unless we've really studied it, really know good ways to breathe healthfully and deeply. So I'm just going to cue some of this. Notice for yourself the quality of your breath here. And we can always kind of revisit it again when we're talking to each other. So in through the nose, and as you go in through the nose, see if you can feel your lower belly expanding. For me, that's a visualization of a balloon. So I like to inhale big belly. So I just feel like my balloon is expanding. And then open your mouth, slow through your mouth, just like let it just go. And just think about the balloon. The balloon's air drops out and your belly drops back towards your spine. So do another nice deep breath, just like that, through the nose. And the real effort of it is in, and then on the exhale, as you let it out, it's almost just like, let it go. I like to almost do it like I'm going through a straw so I can kind of slow that exhale out. So as you're doing that, just cue a couple of other things. So the inhale, and on especially the exhale. As you're exhaling, notice the quality. And what I mean by that is it jumpy? Either the inhale or the exhale. You might notice that it kind of like jumps down. So any place, and you just keep going at your tempo, any place that there's that jumping is a place where we have that sensory motor amnesia. And all that means is that your brain is kind of losing some of the connection to that. It's interesting, isn't it? Who would think that? But that's the truth of it. But you can bring that brain back online by slowing it down and really noticing. So I'm just going to go one more time with that inhale. And you'll notice that as you continue with that deep breathing, that all of a sudden your mind will start to slow down because the mind frequently will go along with the breath, as will your stress level. So we know when we're stressed, we're only breathing up into the chest and the mind is going. And so this way, we're just going to relax into this. Now let's add some slow movement to the breath. So I'm going to go ahead and bend my knees, feet flat on the ground. Just get yourself comfortable here. Now notice, what does it feel like when you again inhale into the belly? Notice how the hands start to kind of move away from each other. Exhale. And the hands start to come closer to each other. So let's exaggerate that movement just a little bit. So inhale. So the belly gets big. You'll feel the tailbone drawing down towards the earth, and or you're going to have a bit of an air space right underneath your back. And then exhale. And just bring that exhale with the back down to neutral. And just play with that for a second. Just that rolling with an inhale. And coming back with an exhale. How about one more time? Inhale. And exhale. Nice work. Now we're going to go the opposite way, meaning I want you to inhale into the belly without doing the roll. Just feel that big belly. And then on the exhale, start to tip the pelvis or the tailbone up just a little bit, feeling a bit of flattening underneath the lower back. And then just bring it back to neutral. So inhale to neutral, and then exhale. You might notice that the other parts of the body are shifting with you. Inhale. and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Nicely done. Now I'm going to take my hands away from there. I'm actually going to bring my hands behind my head. Now I'm going to kind of intertwine my fingers a little bit. If that works for you, great. If it doesn't, don't. And I like to just kind of cradle my head right at the bottom of that skull. Now, if you have any shoulder issues and this is a problem, don't do it. You can just bring your arms down. It's fine. Always adjust these moves for where you are. So if I start with an inhale, I'm going to inhale again, let that tailbone drop down. And I'm going to gently press my elbows into the ground. And then I just want you to exhale back to neutral. And completely relax at the end. Let's do that one more time. Inhale into the belly. Tailbone drops down, elbows. Press gently. And notice what your head wants to do. And exhale to neutral. Just allow the body to do as it's going to do. We're not here telling it what to do. We're exploring what it's doing. Let's go the other way, you guys. So we're going to inhale. Now on the exhale, you're going to flatten the back. And I just want you now to bring your elbows up to hug your head. Just to like this for right now. And then exhale back to neutral. Good. Now we're going to inhale. Good, big belly. Exhale, flatten. Elbows come up. Tip the chin towards your chest. And with your hands supporting the head, you're going to lift up a little bit. So you might feel the bottom of the shoulder blades. You won't lift any higher than that. And then just bring yourself back to neutral. Slowly, 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 slowly. And open the elbows. So it's really easy to start to do some of these quickly, but here's the thing, when you do them quickly, you'll notice the difference. You can miss what's really going on. Let's go one more time. This time we're going to go directly from the inhale arch, press the elbows. Exhale, go all the way to the flattening of the back, the elbows hug, chin tucks, and you lift up. And I love when I lift up, I drop my head weight into my hands, kind of pull up a little bit on that occiput, get a nice stretch on the neck, and then drop the hands back down and let the elbows come back. And just completely relax there. Nice work. Now, we have not really done a whole lot of movement, have we? We're going to add one more thing to this, and just notice, we're going to add a pressing of our heels. Okay, so we're going to add a little bit of support to that. So I want you to go ahead, inhale in through the nose, arch, press the elbows down. And what might happen if you press your heels in the ground and up towards the body a little bit? You get a little bit more activation of muscles. And then exhale. Press the heels away, tucking elbows hug, and lift back up. So you're just using the press of the feet a little bit. And then all the way down and open up and relax. Nicely done. Now take your hands away from there. Just drop them down. Feet all the way down. Continuing, if you can, to breathe nicely into the belly and exhale out. And just notice what you might feel. Maybe some tingling, maybe nothing. Nice. Now I want you to just put your focus, your attention on your
toes. Now, to put attention on the toes, sometimes we need to wiggle the toes. So go ahead and wiggle your toes. Just notice. Now, when you wiggle your toes, now you're thinking about the toes, you're wiggling. Just pay attention. Did you lift any other muscles in the body in order to wiggle the toes? You might not. There's no right answer to this. This is where we're going to start to really pay attention to some tension. And now I want you ready? Flex your feet. Now do it really slowly. So begin to lift the toes, the foot, lift the heels as you flex. And notice what else happens all the way up the body, especially the legs. So you're really kind of activating those muscles. Now slowly begin to let the feet relax back to neutral and relax. Did you notice as soon as you really relaxed, the legs sort of opened, your feet might have gone out to the side, everything relaxes. And I just got a little release of breath. So as you're breathing and relaxing there, just a quick note, if you find that you get that release of breath, which I just did, that's just tensions that have been frozen in your body. Think of them as ice crystals, and they're being released. You don't need to know a story about it. It's just tensions, and we're releasing that out of the body. Let's do this one more time. Now, I'm going to have you now bring the toes straight up, the feet actually, so that your feet are actually facing up and not out to the sides if you happen to have a big opening. And flex one more time slowly. So you can inhale as you do it. Inhale. Flex. Notice slowly what all happens there. You might start to feel your calf stretch. As you lift more, you're going to feel maybe underneath your knees. If you have knee issues, be very careful. Only go right before you get to pain and stop there. We never work into pain. I notice that my kneecaps lift. I can feel my quads. I can feel it all the way up. And now slowly, slowly, notice what happens when you disengage. And let it go. Now, why disengage? It's very interesting that we tend to ignore the disengagement, and it might feel choppy. So it's very interesting. Disengaging is the releasing of the tension. We're really good at creating the tension, but we tend to not give much importance or weight to the releasing and the relaxation. So just pay attention to that. Now, from here, let's point the toes down. So it's really the feet, but we're going to do it from the toes, right? So thinking about your toes, you're going to point the foot down. Oh, I always cramp there. So point the toes down and notice what happens all the way up the body when you do that. And then just bring it back to neutral and relax. A lot of other muscles pick up, don't they, when you're just working the feet, as we know, the end point and the foundation of the body. Now, try something else. The move will be the same, the focus will be different. Go ahead, think about pointing the toes, but now put your focus on your heel and push your heels up towards the front of the foot. That's not the right way to say it. Put your heels up like you're trying to touch your ankles. Ooh, that's a little different, isn't it? And then slowly release all of that. Notice what muscles have to disengage and then let it all go. You can tell I'm holding a lot of stuff in my feet and I work them all the time. All right, so now let's just, you might need to bring your feet slightly further apart. I want you to just slowly do some foot circles. And you're going to be circling, like think about it, you can think about circling maybe from the big toe, but it's also going to be working your ankles. So bringing it in and around. Making sure that you're still breathing. Notice. So when the toes go in, notice, do the thigh bones go in? What does that feel like? Is there tension in a certain place that you didn't expect? And here's another thing. What's happening up in the upper body? Are your shoulders tensing? Your neck tensing? Go the other way with the circles. Nice. And then just let it all go. Very nice. All right. So there is so much, guys, going on in this whole pelvic region. We bring our tensions up in that heart space that turns and in our guts. And notice that even the word gut is not very pleasant, is it? We don't really allow in society, it's not very accepted for us to really talk about and work with our pelvic area, especially as girls growing up, and even in this society, we don't talk about our parts very much, do we? Our parts are there, but we don't really talk about them much. And we kind of just want to not put our brains in there. We want to put the guts over there. So often people will say to me, Renee, I need to strengthen my pelvic floor. I need to strengthen this core area. And I really have found that maybe at least 95% of us, which is a high percentage, don't need to strengthen it at all. We need to relax it. And you can't relax muscles that you don't even know are tense. So that's why we want to pay really good attention to this sacred area. This is our procreation, our creation. It's so sacred, even though we don't want to explore it or talk about it. So I'm going to open that conversation, and maybe we can open it a little bit with some movement. Before we actually go right into that, though, here's a series of moves that I always find so fascinating. So I'm going to share them with you guys. Let's bring our feet out wider and bringing your arms up into a big X. It's called the X. Now again, if you have shoulder issues, bring the arms out to wherever you don't have pain. So kind of explore wherever that is. This is the absolutely no pain ever class. Okay, so you have to explore your edge. Now, as we start to do these moves, here's what I want you to focus on, okay? We're going to be pulling like a leg out and an arm out, etc. But I want you to focus this movement from right at the navel, right at the center of your body, okay? That's where you want to focus the move coming from. All right, so we're going to inhale, and let's take our right leg and just start to slide it out and away from the body. Let the rest of the body move with it, okay? So don't stop the body from moving. You're just moving that right leg out from the center, and notice how the whole rest of the body moves, like you might get a bit of contraction on the other side. And then slowly from your core, bring it back and relax everything. It's really important to relax everything because this is a pandiculation. Nice. And now we're going to take the opposite arm. So your left arm from the center, inhale and reach that arm up and out. Notice how that feels. Are you feeling some tension in weird places? Where is that little bit of movement showing up? And then slowly allow it to come all the way back to the center and completely relax. Good. I always get so many tingles when I do this one. It's amazing to me. Let's start the left one now. So left leg from the center. Inhale and reach that left leg out. Now, things to notice. Do you have as much movement in one side than the other? Like, I don't have nearly as much movement there, and I feel a twingy on my right side. And release back. So now I know that that twingy is coming from the left side, even though I'm feeling it in the right. All right, so right arm, you ready? Inhale and reach. From the center of the body, that's my focus. I'm reaching out and I'm stretching, feeling that stretch on the one side, the contraction on the other, and exhale. Bring it all the way back and relax. Whew. All right, now let's do right leg, left arm. Again from the center. Bi-directional stretch. You ready? Inhale, reach the right leg out along with the left arm. I bet you feel that in a completely different place. I know I do. And then slowly bring it all the way back and drop the tension. Nice. And now the opposite, left leg, right arm. Inhale and reach. Noticing again how the body reacts, where you might feel tensions or not, and bring it all the way back in and relax. Nice work. And just notice now, are you feeling some tingling in different places, some energy moving a little bit different than maybe you did right when you brought them out? So go ahead, bring the feet back in, arms in. Let's bring the knees in. Let's give ourselves a nice little rock, lengthening the lower back and some little spirals, some little rocks, noticing again where you're feeling tensions or not. And I encourage you to, if it feels right to you when you inhale, on the exhale, use sounds. Sounds will also move energy. So you might feel like inhaling, and on the exhale, going, oh. So please, if you're in a place that you can do that, do it. You'll really feel the vibration moving that energy. It's stuck energy up and out of the body. All right, so now let's come back into our little place where we were before. Feet there. Good. And we're going to play a little bit more in this beautiful pelvic area. Okay. So we've done the inhale, arch down, and the exhale will recurled up. So we're going to do the pelvic clock here today. So pelvic clock is kind of just like it sounds. So when you roll that tailbone down, that's your 6 o'clock. When you bring it up, your 12 o'clock. And of course you have your 3 o'clock and your 9 o'clock. All right. I might get all my times mixed up, but you guys get it. So we've already done 6 and 12. So I want you to just notice, put your focus on your, I'm just going to call it your right hip bone, or if that's 3 o'clock for you or whatever. All right. So now I want you to start by using the pressure of that right foot. So I want you to press the right foot in the ground and allow it to slowly lift that right hip up a little bit. So you're going to inhale on the lift, and then on the exhale, just let it come all the way back and relax. Once again, noticing, did you pick up any tension in your upper body? And what happened on the other side when you lifted that? Let's do the same side foot one more time, pressing the heel in the ground. Inhale, slowly lift. And exhale, drop it back and relax. And now let's do the other side, left side. Press the heel in the ground. And even when you first press, take a half millimeter second. What muscles picked up intending to lift, keep pressing the heel, then it lifts. Wow, how do you feel that? What muscles picked up just to do that? And then on back. Where might you have felt some constriction with that? And drop it back. Nice. Now, here's what's really interesting. We did that using the heel. Now notice the difference if you just inhale and just lift the hip, no heel. So maybe even just intend to lift the hip first. Like, does the brain get kind of confused? Like, I'm not sure how to just do that. And then slowly drop it down and let go of all your tension. And now let's do the same thing on the left. Okay, so I'm going to intend to lift that left hip. Man, you might find like my brain is not real connected to just lifting that left hip. I have to really focus and then drop it all the way down and relax. And if you want, you guys, you might even want right now to just let the legs do a little side to side. If that feels good to you, you might open them and over. Open them and over. If that doesn't feel like what your body wants to do, don't do it. I'm just kind of calling out some things that mine's asking for, and you can explore it on your own. All right, bringing them back. Now let's do the clock. So I'm going to inhale, roll the tailbone down, and I'm going to go over to the right side hip. Now I find when I go to the right side hip, my left heel wants to help me. I'm going to exhale up to 12. I'm going to go over to the left hip and down and around. And just slowly explore your clock. See if you can keep your knees straight up or pressing down towards your toes. In other words, do it without allowing the knees to go out for this one right now. And notice how the knees want to go out. You can inhale when you come up to your 12 and exhale on the other way or the other way. Notice how your breath wants to be with this movement. Notice what happens in your upper body. Is it busy thinking? All of a sudden, did you notice that your shoulders are getting tight? And when you're ready, try your circle the other way. Nice work. And then just pause. And let's just slide the feet down. And maybe do a little shake and shimmy there with the legs, back and forth. And then just completely melt into the ground, breathing in, breathing out. And just notice what you might be feeling. Are you feeling so? I just call it tingling. We all kind of experience the movement of energy very differently. That's how I experience it. Some almost feel like almost electricity going through there. Maybe some heat, maybe some cold. But just these very slow movements are actually opening up space in the body to allow the fascia to hydrate and move. So while it might appear like nothing much is happening in here, you would be blown away by how much actually really is happening in here. Now, let's, if you can, go ahead and bring your arms, slide them up to shoulder height. We're going to do a little bit of shoulder rotation. Nice. And then from here, just gently bring the arms right up over. Yes, right here. So a little bit of a bend in my elbow, almost like I'm holding a ball, not a big ball, small ball. And allow your hands to just relax. We also hold so much tension in our hands. Just relax. And notice now what happens if you lift your shoulders up off the ground and then just let them drop wherever they're going to drop. Beautiful. And now slowly begin to bring those arms up and back. So up towards the head and then back. So what you're going to notice is as you start to come down slowly, you're going to feel the top of your shoulders on the ground, or not, ideally. And then you might start to feel the top of the arms, the elbows, and finally the hands. And just relax. Taking a nice deep breath in, and letting it go. Now from here, I want you to just, from the shoulder joint, just like lift the shoulder up slightly so that you feel the arm is just hanging off the shoulders. And then we're going to do a bit of a shoulder rotation. So you're just going to start to slowly allow the arms to come back up, inhaling, and on the exhaling, relaxing the fingers. Slowly bring them all the way back down. You'll find that your fingertips will touch first, then the lower arm, and then the upper arm, all the way down. It's just such a small but meditative movement, just getting some space up in there. Nice work, you guys. Now, I want you now, once again, to bring the arms up by your shoulders and relax. Now, again, wherever it's comfortable. If shoulder height is not comfortable, you can drop it down a little bit. And I want you to inhale, and now I want you to just explore for a moment possible tensions that we're holding across, I'm just going to call it across the heart space, because this is a place where we tend to really close in. So taking a nice deep breath in there, and then exhale. And see if with your mind, you can just relax across that space. And notice what you might be feeling in your arms. Because a lot of tensions that we have, neck and shoulders, are actually coming from the pulling right up in there. Let's just do another nice deep breath. Inhale. You can even think about inhaling into the chest space and exhaling. Let it just open and drop. Nice. Now, in strength class, we were doing, and will do again, some really beautiful neck strengthening moves, but you can't tighten or you can't strengthen a really tight muscle. That's just impossible. We first have to relax the muscle in order to strengthen it. So this is a really interesting way to do this. So I want you to just look up, or if your eyes are closed, just pretend like you're looking straight up at the ceiling. And I want you to inhale. And on that inhale, I want you to just begin to intend to lift the head. Like you might lift it a ½ inch, but you don't even need to lift it. Notice all those muscles that you're picking up to lift that really heavy head, and then slowly relax completely down on the ground and let all that tension go. This is a great way to relax the neck and the head. And you realize when you do this, oh my gosh, notice how heavy that head is. You ready? Inhale and just intend to start to lift the head. Notice what muscles in that neck engage, and then slowly release them and let it go. And you might even want to just kind of move the head a little bit side to side. We're going to do that too in a minute, but just a little bit side to side. Let's just do it one more time if you're up for it. So inhale, lift. Notice mine's now feeling not quite as tight, interestingly, and exhale, let it go. So I've already noticed that I've gotten just a little bit more lessening of the tension there. Now, from here, slowly begin to just roll your head on the ground, and you can even press it into the ground slightly, just giving the brain a little information. Notice the first time, let's say you turn it to the left, only go to where it's ready to go to. We're not straining, there's no goal, you're just turning. How far can I turn right now with no strain? And with your eyes, just notice where that might be. And then slowly roll it back to center and relax. Now I noticed as I did this, I tensed right in the center of my chest. Now why? I have no idea. But I did. So now I know, wow, I'm holding tension there that I didn't realize. Same thing, other side. Inhale, gently pressing the head against the ground and start to turn the other way. Only to where you can, no pain, no strain. Eyeballs. And slowly begin to bring it all the way back. And let it all go. Now, let's do it each side one more time. So I'm going to gently go to the left again. You might notice you're slightly further. It's not a goal. You're not trying to do it. You just might notice. And then bring it all the way back. And relax. Relax at the center. Inhale, and let's go the other side again. You can inhale and then exhale over. Notice. Bring it all the way back. And just let all the tension go. I bet you noticed that you're getting just a little bit more relaxation in that neck. It's so interesting. Now, we went straight up with the intention. Let's just do one more thing here in this vein with the neck. So I'm going to turn my head maybe about 15 degrees, whatever. And I'm going to inhale, and same thing, looking up, I'm just going to intend to lift the head a little bit. Notice that there might be some different muscles that need to pick up. And then slowly relax and let it go. So for that one, just kind of calling out my own observation, for me, as I did that, so weird, I felt a twinge down the opposite side of my back. How interesting. So I'm going to do that one more time. Or if that doesn't work for you, pick a different angle. So you're just going to inhale and intend to lift, noticing, and exhale and relax. And then I'm going to come all the way, maybe about that same angle degree, about 15, the other side. Relax first, and then inhale and intend. Lift. Ooh, interesting. And slowly drop. I felt that up into my face, which is really fascinating. And release. And I'm just going to go one more time in that angle. Intend to lift. Then slowly drop. Relax everything and come back. Whew, you guys, nice. Let's bring the knees up one more time. Just we want to keep that back nice and relaxed. And when you do these, please also feel free, have a pillow or something under those knees. We're going to do one more thing for a little bit of strengthening in that neck. And then we'll be pretty good for tonight. Or just keep your knees bent if that's better. Make yourself comfortable. Always take care of yourself. All right, so I'm going to bring the arms back out here for a second. Oh, you know what? We kind of already did that. Sorry. I'm gonna change that up a little as I'm feeling it. I want you to put your hands in gentle fists and bring your arms right next to your body. Arms or fists are straight up to the sky. Good. And I want you to notice you can press the elbows in the ground and lift your chest. This is very strengthening at this point. So we've relaxed a lot of muscles. Press and slowly release it down and relax. Now, as we do this again, notice what else picks up. Okay, what other muscles? So I want you, you're going to lift on the inhale. So press, inhale, lift. And slowly exhale. Let it all go and relax. Like the first time I did it, I noticed my whole lower body tensed with this. The second time, I'm like, no, let me just pay attention. And it didn't do it. So that's what I mean by that. One more time. You ready? Inhale, press, lift. And exhale, relax. Now you can do that chest lift also with the arms straight out. Notice the difference. So arms straight out at that center line. And again, on the inhale, press the arms in the ground and lift the chest. Notice what you're feeling. Slowly exhale and let it all go. So this is the same thing. It's both a strengthening and a relaxation. Inhale, press arms, lift chest. Are you also stretching or doing anything in the lower body? See if you can relax it and let the chest drop. Beautiful. And relax it all. Oh, super nice, you guys. Dropping those arms down. I'm going to go ahead, bend my feet. I'm going to have my legs, my feet out wider than my hips. Good. I'm going to bring my arms out maybe about 45 degrees. And I just want you, keep the left leg up. Let the right knee just drop into the center, really gently. Good. So we're just getting a stretch right here, up in that body. Good. Now just notice in this position, what happens if you think about that knee and you draw the knee out in front, away from you. Notice how you might feel a little bit different stretch there. And then exhale and release that tension. And how about if you press the big toe ball joint side of that foot, inhale, and then exhale, press the foot. Draw the knee down. Notice with just a different focus, you get a different exploration, a different feeling. Relax all of that. And now slowly bring that leg up. Good. Inhale and exhale and drop the other knee in. This time you're keeping this knee straight up just as a stabilization. Good. So inhale, think about the knee going down to the front of the body. Did you start to tense in the upper body? Can you relax it? And then just release. Let the tension go. Nice. And now again, what happens if you change the focus to that inside of that foot that's on the ground? Inhale, press, and exhale. And let it go. Beautiful. And now you can just do a little, just gentle side to side. Let both of them come out. And just enjoy just moving in this beautiful way. Notice if your body feels a little more relaxed, your nervous system is calmed down. Notice how your breath is flowing. Exhale. And then let's just come over to one side. Bring both knees over. Now, whatever feels comfortable, you might need to put some cushions in there. Just get a little bit of a spine twist. Notice what you're feeling in there at this moment. We didn't really do a lot of exploration here, but it's always nice just to do a nice spine twist before we end. Bringing that knee up then and over to the other side for a moment. Noticing what also might be tight for the next class we'll be playing with. Excellent. And then when you're ready, bring your legs in and down and completely sink into the floor. I love to just feel like every cell in my body with this is just melting right into the ground. I'm just being supported by Mother Earth, almost all part of it. I'm just melted, almost like, for me, I see it like a crayon in the sun. You ever do that? Your crayon's out and it just melts right into the sidewalk. There you are. Inhaling and exhaling. Relaxing every cell in the body. Keeping your focus down in the body. Notice